Mukuka morning, interview number 1, Hot FM breakfast show, really hot. Let's go. Just from here? Oh, nice. This is my crew. Hello.
Hi, crew. You're good? I know. Oh, nice.
Thank you. What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm amazing. It's release day.
Yeah.
And I've been looking forward to this day for some time to release this song, so I'm very happy.
I think we should use you as a symbol of the hot season, or the summer as they call it.
Right.
In Zambia.
I disappear in the winter, then I only come in the...
Your birthday recently? Happy
Yes,
birthday.
thank you.
Belated?
Last week I turned 33. I'm getting older, guys.
Yeah.
That's why I lost my hair now. Yeah.
Look at Charlie's face when you know how old you are.
So you're a Libra?
I'm a Libra, yeah. Very much so. In the heart of Libra. Are you Libra?
Yes, I am.
When's your birthday?
22nd October, and today is Hot FM's birthday.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
Wow.
Hot FM is a Libra too.
Hot FM is a Libra.
Yeah,
Wow.
There you go.
So you know what? What word comes to mind when you think El Mukuka Mutalimwanza Hot FM in one word? H-O-T. Okay, fine. What's hot is El Mukuka's new song. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. First of all, 33. Growth with the new age.
Yes, the Jesus year. It's
This guy.
no, I mean we must talk about the symbolism behind the age.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think I'm ready to truly show who I am to the world, be fully authentic and unapologetic about that. I'm not that kind of person that just follows trends and jumps in the mainstream and does what everyone else does. I believe, like, you know, the world of art deserves creativity, innovation. What's the point of calling yourself an artist if you don't actually contribute anything? It's not about the Instagram followers, even the money you make, or the material stuff. Like, that's great, right, for the duration of our human life, but art goes beyond a single lifetime, beyond the lifetime of the artist. So you have to think in terms of legacy. And so I'm praying that now I can really enter that sweet spot in my career where I'm just being me.
Under a minute. Who's Maria?
Maria is a girl I loved, and who inspired this song. We met in Spain. It's just getting worse and worse. We're no longer together. For better or worse. But this song is a preservation of my emotions for her at the time, which is beautiful about art, right? You basically take a snapshot of time and emotion, and you preserve it.
How is it?
Good. I love the Hot FM breakfast show. It's one of my favorite breakfast shows in the country, and Chromes and I have known each other for such a long time. We've grown together basically in the same space, so I'm very, very grateful. Super nice. On to the next one, which is Rock FM. Let's go. So it actually took a while to figure out a name for the album. You know, a few different names came to mind. I actually thought of giving it another animal name, like the leopard, you know, like my tattoo right here, because of the symbolism behind the leopard, the strength, the grit, determination, adaptation to circumstances. But in the end, I went with 33 because the real essence behind the album is the last 3 years of my life. So playing with the number 3, and then also the fact that I just turned 33 kind of sums up this era, this 3-year-long era that has been full of adventure, full of happiness, full of not full, but, you know, encompassing definitely some heartbreak. And so the stories I tell in the entire album are from this period. One of the common threads musically is my exploration with the rumba sound, the Congolese rumba within my Afro house music. And this is really prominent in Maria, in Aisha, but you'll hear traces even in other tracks. But on this particular project, I feel like the level of coherence across the production, across the sounds, across the arrangement of the songs, and then the music influences behind the songs is really on point. Let me show you something cool. So my first time ever at Rock FM was back in September 2013. Man, time flies. Time flies, and hair flies too. Huh? That really takes off. You know, like real viral content can never have been boosted prior to that, I think. Video's doing so well, I think I just leave it.
The live session yesterday on Radio Phoenix, right?
Yeah, we did the first.
The song playing actually.
You were listening to Phoenix?
Yeah, I was at home and then my neighbor actually.
You're like, is it in my head? Have I been working with Elle so much that it's like can't even get him out of my head? You know, I had a similar experience. I was at East Park and I could hear the song. I'm in the bank, but I'm hearing the song in the background. And I even walk out of the bank and I'm just listening, and the security guard is looking at me funny. He's like, what is this guy listening to?
Yeah.
This was impossible when I started out. If we had had this conversation, or if I could have imagined having this conversation 10 years later, it would have been mind-blowing, out of this world. And so much I'm grateful for, and it's a big honor and responsibility to travel around the world carrying the Zambian flag, representing Zambia in my domain. In many cases and in many ways, I am entering uncharted waters, learning how to navigate them for the first time, and hopefully not the last time, in the sense that opening these doors for more and more Zambian DJs to step into down the line. You know, right now I'm in my rumba phase. Okay. I'm really inspired by rumba for some reason. I mean, I grew up with it in the background because my dad would always watch those music videos with like 20 women surrounding, you know, Kofi Olomide or whoever it is, Papa Wemba, and I remember those sounds. And although I wasn't into it back then, you know, it planted probably a few seeds in my subconscious. And I identify with it because that takes me all the way back to my childhood. Even though I don't speak most of the languages that are, or any of the languages usually that are used in rumba music, which are namely Swahili, Lingala, French. But again, language is not a barrier when it comes to music. It's like transcends any kind of cultural barrier. When I make music, obviously I keep in mind the listener, but I try not to overthink about that detail because the world is so big with so many different cultures, so many different languages, so many different genres and subgenres that if you get too caught up trying to tick boxes, you will dilute the creative idea. You know, I don't do it for, again, the audience per se, but the fact that when I go to Kenya and I can play a track that's in Swahili and they can understand on a deep level because it connects with them culturally, this is something that moves me. What's up, brother? Happy release day.
Imagine, eh?
Yeah, man, Maria is finally out.
Oh, that today is the day.
Is Lucci joining the interview?
Yes,
He's the one doing it.
Oh,
I'm curious. So, you know, like you always do these pre-release and then the official day for the release, right? What's more scarier? Is it the pre-release day or the actual day when it comes?
I think actual day. Yeah. Because now the stream counts are running live. Like if I open my phone, I can tell you exactly how many Spotify streams we have so far, YouTube streams, the number of DJs supporting the song. So now the data comes in. That's what scares you, the bad data.
How often do you check? I'm curious now. How often do you check? Is it like every 10 minutes? Is it like the minute you wake up? Because obviously releases are like in the middle of the night, right? Midnight. So,
a day like this, I'm checking quite often. Yeah, because it's like I'm looking for those immediate reactions, those initial reactions to the release. But, you know, after doing this for over a decade, you also do realize that sometimes it does take time. You've got to be realistic. You've got to be a bit objective and let the song breathe and grow on its own. And there are many factors that can contribute to a spike in the stream count or DJ support. So you've got to factor that in. But overall, I'm just happy the song's out. A lot of work ahead of us in terms of marketing still. But it's finally there for people to go and check out. Super excited about the launch of 33. It's always a little scary, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of life has gone into the album. I always get curious about how people will respond and those initial reactions, but also those long-term reactions. But I think what I'm really excited to do is launch it in the way that I want to launch it. You know, so we're going to take the whole album and perform it acoustically. with a live ensemble. I'm going to be on grand piano. We'll have a guitarist, we'll have a bassist, and maybe one more instrumentalist, perhaps a percussionist, and present the album in a completely acoustic manner. Something that people won't expect, something that people don't see me do often at all, but something that truly moves me and fulfills me, because it also allows me to thrive within the musicality of the songs. You know, these songs are produced electronically in my studio, but to arrange them for the live ensemble, to do those rehearsals for a month, to then perform them and see the reaction on people's faces when we're playing these house music songs acoustically is so beautiful. It's like a drug, you know. You get lost in the music, and it's all about the music, you know, whether it's house music, pop music, hip hop, jazz, classical. It's all about that live human instrument interaction. And when you boil it down to that, you really hit the core. And I think for me, that's going to be incredibly exciting and a moment that I'm putting a lot of effort into curating beautifully. And we'll probably film that as well so that people that can't make it for the actual launch can still enjoy it. I also want it to be intimate. You know, as much as some people are suggesting doing a big launch with over 1,000 people, I think an intimate launch means more to me. And in the long run, perhaps will even mean more to the people that are coming.
Rise and shine, cutie pie.
How are you so energetic? It's 9:30.
Hey, for some of us, hey, we're part of the 4 a.m. club. You at the station?
Yes, I am.
Amazing, because I'm at the station too. So that makes it even more amazing that we're both at the same station at the same time. I'm in the car park. I'm coming upstairs right now. I have a box of chocolates for you. So I'll see you just now. Let's do this. Let's do this. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing? Welcome.
Well, thanks. Damn, son. Why even at that point? Don't even sleep. They're like, you look at your bed, you look at the clock. Like, nah, man. Let's just.
The good thing is that the couch is to do something.
Oh, fatherhood, man, fatherhood. I'll be in that position someday. I'll think of you.
Big glad to have you like welcome to father.
When you see me rock up in the station with like black circles around my eyes. For a man, like having a girl is a special
certain
thing.
situations, and I just feel like, I don't know if my childhood had a strong enough character as myself.
Yeah.
Can I see you finish your interview?
Okay.
Do your
Bye-bye.
thing.
Good to see you. Hey, they said it. Hey, I didn't say anything.
You guys, that's when I talk about, you know.
No, but you guys have a beautiful studio. Good morning. What a beautiful introduction. Wow, you're making me blush. Wow, I'm out here blushing. I wish people could see my face.
You know, there's one thing that usually comes across is your name. Your name is mispronounced most of the time.
The full name, yes.
Alright, so tell us your story. It's like a perfect remix. Zambian roots, Greek heritage, starting as a kid, as a DJ, and we have been seeing you work on the stage for the longest period of time, and you have been making waves. Is there any childhood memory that still inspires your beats?
I consider my story to be a very step-by-step progression in terms of my success story in music. And I think that has humbled me because it has been a slow growth. And I've had tons of challenges along the way that have built and worked on my character. And I suppose less on my ego by that instant rise to success, partly because Zambia didn't even have an electronic music scene when I started out. And the way I see the world is through this bi-cultural, biracial lens. I think it's quite nice to be from a diverse background because you can appreciate diversity more. I pick and choose my favorite elements from my Zambian culture and my Greek culture. It's not like I have to take everything, but no one has to take everything. You know, we kind of define our own culture these days. And with globalization, we have the power to pick and choose. Being of these two cultures has really helped me to appreciate diversity and appreciate curiosity. And I think that comes across in my music. Actually, you could be in a horrible mood and then listen to the song, and hopefully the song will put you in a good mood. That's the intention, to spread positivity, to spread love, to spread good energy. Let's go, come on. Thank you.
Honestly speaking, I wouldn't be here or anywhere if it wasn't for my family. They have put up with my craziness, my dream that I've been chasing for a good 20 years now. You know, I remember one of the craziest things I did as a young teenager was demolish my closet in my bedroom so I could make that my recording booth back in my hip hop days. And I asked my mom whether I could use her closet, share her closet. Not that she had a closet bigger than mine, it was the same size. And yet she, of course, did what a good mother would do and allowed me to use her closet space. And there were so many of these examples. My sisters supporting me with every crazy decision from the age of 12, 13. So yeah, they have stood by me and supported me in ways that I can't even begin to describe. They are what I truly fight for. You know, I believe with any goal one sets, in order to have the fuel to get through all the rejection, all the failure, all the bumps, the patience, which is a big challenge on its own, is having something bigger than you, having an objective that is more worthy than your own satisfaction, your personal satisfaction. And that has, without a doubt, been my family. My mom, my sisters, my dad, and God willing, someday soon my own family. But in this track, you also have the Latin touch and the rumba touch. It's kind of bringing Latin, rumba, and Afro house together, which was quite exciting, challenging in its own way, musically speaking, but a lot of fun. I think listening to the track, this is something my sister told me when I first played it to her. She's like, "You guys must have had fun in the studio." Yeah. That's what it's about. You know, at the end of the day, despite the challenges, and there are many challenges to build a song successfully and beautifully and package it correctly, get the mix, get the master done, make sure it sounds great in a club, on a festival, on a phone, on a laptop, on your little stereo system. So through all of this effort, don't forget to have fun. Because it's not just that. Now there's also 1964 gin in the mix. And I'm very involved in building the 1964 gin brand. So the honest answer is I'm still figuring it out. I'm still learning. I'm still learning my limits. I'm still learning how far I can stretch myself whilst maintaining a high level of efficiency and effectiveness. But it has been challenging. You know, I let's say I'm living my life in 4-wheel drive. I like to tell my friends that. It's not a bad thing. I don't know, you know, if one could do this for like forever, right? But I think where I am in life now requires me to do what I'm doing and put the level of energy and commitment that I have to get to the next few steps. And I'm just trying to remind myself, despite the hard work, despite the late nights and early mornings, remind myself of the blessings and just to be able to do what I love, you know? It's been a privilege to work with many international brands such as Corona, Budweiser, Castle Light throughout my journey in music. And for sure that affected and influenced my approach to the way we are building the 1964 gin brand. Whether that was the reason why I started the brand, I don't think so, although I always was conscious about the fact that I was not promoting a Zambian-owned brand. You know, despite these brands being highly admirable and reputable, they're not Zambian-owned. And that always, you know, bugged me. And now to be able to do events that are sponsored by a proudly owned Zambian gin has not just been a personal win for me and my partners, but for the whole of Zambia. It's a beautiful thing.